Yes, this means this ain't gonna save it.
And
hello. How can I say we
good morning?
23.
Welcome. Good morning.
Oh, we might have been live.
And
it was saying that we gotta free up some
storage.
storage.
We got a free storage up? Okay. On the How are you guys doing this morning? Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Conversation. How are you guys doing this morning? I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful evening last night. Thanks to those who, come on each morning with us. It don't matter what time you come on and just, conversate with us, engage. We truly, truly, truly appreciate you guys. Like, there is no Coffee and Conversations without you guys. Because like we said, we did this every morning regardless. And so we just decided, Chef Ron, my cousin said, you know what, won't y'all go live while y'all in the kitchen having coffee, talking and laughing. And Precious said, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. So here we are, right? Welcoming you guys into my kitchen, right? We are real people, transparent real people. So this is my true kitchen in my house. We don't have a green screen background, none of that stuff. We letting you in our kitchen, waking up in our robes, having our coffee, okay? So, and every morning we think of different things or different topics we want to talk about. We also want to know what's going on with you guys, what's going on in your lives. Give us some topics that you would like us all to discuss, right? Because we think the way we think and we just in our head. But sometimes all the time, it's great to hear different perspectives from others. All the time. So that's where the conversations come from, right? Mm-hmm. So it's everybody's different perspectives, and it's great to hear others, because it opens up your mindset outside of how you think. So I love conversating, especially with like-minded people and not so like-minded people, right? So that you can get the different
unlikes challenge you the most.
Correct.
To stretch your thinking,
your muscle, your brain, your thinking, and that's why they say opposites attract as well. Because if y'all both like-minded, then how do you get challenged? How do you get your brain to really think, like in some other form, fashion? Right? Yeah. So
perspective is what I call.
It's crazy to me that they always be like opposites attract. I'll be like, how the hell? I'll be aggravated all the time.
No, but you think, well, you know what it is life was meant to be exciting. Mm-hmm. So opposites attract because it's excitement in it all, right? Because just imagine how boring it gets when after a while you used to people doing the same thing, saying the same stuff. Then eventually it's just like you think it's fun to be like, oh, we're always eye to eye, and then it's like, but when do you get me time, right? Everybody needs that self rejuvenation, that personal refill, that's their, their I would say one of a kind fingerprint, right? So you got a special thing you need. But when you guys are so in alignment to the point where everything you see and you don't challenge anything, then you don't grow, right? Because challenges grow us, right? So that opposite allows you to grow, because I think we were put here to be open-minded, right? We were put here to create bridges. So bridges mean that you feel like this, so you way over there. You feel like this, so you way over there. But I want you to know that in both of y'all feelings, they're both okay. So let's bring y'all back to the middle. Let's find a way for y'all to go back and forth in each other's worlds and not feel like one world is better than the other world, because we made room for understanding, right? And so as long as everybody's like-minded, you get groups of people, I call them cliques, right? That stay together, and then you got a new person that comes in who haven't been established in a clique. But because we think like this, and you clearly think that like that by maybe how you dress, what you wear, your style, and we judge everything, we don't find inclusion for people. We always try to, and they teach you that from your kid, because the first thing they do in math is like, okay, what makes them different? Pick out the different thing. And then you throw that over here on the side. And then the things that are alike, we put it in a group and we be like, okay, that's the answer. So we teach subconsciously that the answer is to be alike. Because the one thing that's not, you're going to throw it over there and it's going to have no value. It's like, okay, find the thing that doesn't belong.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, Lord, geez.
And so we live in a world of looking for things that don't belong. And so that's what happens when you get in rooms. And so then you like, they clicked up. The church click up. Or we all Christians over here. That's a click. Or we all heathens over here. That's a click. Or we all whatever. You know, we got to label everything so that we can then be put in areas that make us, you understand what I'm saying? And so it's like it hurts us more than it helps us because we are programmed to pick out the thing that's different, right? Which is why now we in a world where everybody is doing all the body, you know, because they want to fit in. So if this is the status quo, then this is what I'm gonna do, right? When I was growing up having locks, oh my God, they teased me. I was Patra, I was Millie Vanilli, all of that stuff, right? But now it's acceptable. So now when you go in Tyson or the beauty supply store, and there's locks everywhere. Oh my God. You got the fake lock. You got the invisible lock. So it's like now that it became okay, now it's a group, right? But before you stood alone and you were set aside until they got into position to be able to see that your difference still made you beautiful. They just hadn't caught up to the difference, right? But we are programmed to say, if everybody in the school got regular hair and she got these twisty things and dreadlocks, or what is that? Right. She's different. You understand? And so we point out the differences in each other, instead of, as Big Man said, instead of celebrating our differences, because that's what makes us one of a kind. Exactly. And so the more you realize that, the more that we stop judging people by what makes them different and find the things that make us similar, because the thing that make us similar is that we all breathing and we came here for a reason. Exactly. Period.
That's what I was telling Jalen the other day. I was like, I would have never thought of the day where men would have wore tight fitting jeans. Like them skinny jeans, I'm like,
they so tight. Bagged out. They be like, look, listen, we was in
baggy jeans, but listen, I would have never thought the day would have been like, and these pants sagging off the ass and just skinny jeans, I wouldn't have never. I mean,
what I can say to give us that pass is the same idea as what our parents said, right? You had to have the Reebok. It was what was in when TLC came out and everybody was in the crop tops and the baggy pants. That's what we did, right? So you still follow. It is the influencers of them, right? And so we would have never thought a day when that would come. But I remember when bell bottoms came back in while we was teenagers, and Grandma sent me in the room. She was like, "Oh, those bell bottoms, honey!" I went in that room and threw bags, and I found some of my best outfits, and the old school ones snatch your waist, and you know we had small waist, and then they had that, then they was long, and listen. So when I was wearing the authentic ones, not the ones that they were making at the time, because Grandma had that bag in the room, it came back, right? So it's like, for me, maybe it's given tailored. See, if you look at most rich people, they don't. You see billionaires and stuff, and watching Dynasty, girl, you realize that they wear tailored stuff, but I never see them in jeans. I've been saying I'm watching episode after episode, and I've never seen them in jeans, right? The rich people, right? So I took notice to that. And so I'm saying, what if the jeans is just giving a tailored look, like a designer was like, we're going to tailor them. We're going to make them fit them. Because now for us, it's like, because we already got indoctrinated that give the man space, give him breathing room,
Oh, yeah.
It's baggy. That's been a part of what it looks like for it to be comfortable and, all that good stuff. But we wear stretch jeans all the time and we comfortable. Why? Because when we bend just like that, right? And so
I move, you move.
So like it's so weird, but it's like, it's giving a tailored look, but they're jeans. And you normally don't wear jeans tailored. You don't even see them in jeans. So it's like watching the influencers wear whatever they're wearing, it has become the new fad. That's why it's like, yeah. But that's been forever in a day. When Diana Ross was out, everybody was wearing that. When En Vogue was out, everybody was wearing the bun. So we can't say that we didn't copy as our generation. We just the trends that are here now, because we're coming in a desensitized world, is overwhelming, because you like, oh Lord, because everything you were taught that was sacred is now just out in the open. So you can't help but to fight against your moral compass and thinking
of what
something has gone wrong, But I think from generation to generation, when you lose reign of you having control of the actual culture, it's probably that shift that everybody go through when you're aging out. Sorry to say, we're aging up, aging out.
I mean,
we're getting older day by day, and how we did it is definitely not how it's being done, and that's why it brings us to our topic of AI. What do you feel the world of AI would be like? Right? Artificial intelligence, in case you don't know what AI, what kind of world would that look like to you, given who you are right now, what you know about yourself? If we woke up tomorrow and it was an artificial intelligence world, what would your world be like? What would that look like? How would that thing?
I don't know why every time I be thinking about iRobot, but AI is the technology piece
and remember
of it, right?
Remember why that iRobot, this is the scariest part. Remember why the iRobot took over, because they said you're people. The human beings don't even treat each other right. You're doing this, you're doing that. You are destroying your own selves. We must come in to fix the problem. That's how AI really became that thing. You understand?
Side note, not to interrupt the conversation. While I was watching Cole last night, shut up, Village Idiot. It was Village Idiot.
Oh my God.
It was last night. I caught it right
at that part. Village Idiot. That's exactly what you did.
Village Idiot.
Okay.
It was
that was from a couple of days ago, y'all. We were trying to figure out what we connected on, but couldn't find the words. That was it. We was talking about The Sixth Sense. If you never saw it, such a good movie. Teaches you about really paying attention to what you really see and what you're really seeing.
What you really
AI. See. So what does AI look like when you think about it? So you just thinking about, it's so much digital stuff out here right now, right?
Man.
Because AI is now taking the places of
assistants, secretaries. They're doing everything for you. The
checkouts. The checkouts are going everywhere. That's the AI. That's a job. Let's talk about it.
The self-checkout.
The self-checkout is AI. Even having platforms like this, before you needed a whole team to be able to produce, right? People are having podcasts and producing because of AIs, because somebody is taking a system, wrapping it up into an app, into a program, and then selling that. And so imagine the things that you had to learn, had your secretary or your team would have had to do. Now you actually downloading programs like Canva. Canva is a program that you can literally go in and it's copy and paste, or you see, that's an artificial intelligence. Because then even when I first started, before Melissa became so amazing, I had to learn Canva. Guess how I had to learn Canva? Because my goddaughter, I kept on shout out to CC Bell. He is that's my and I was like, okay, I'm doing this teacher. I need you to do this. Because she did my refill first with the words going into the crown for my Queen's refill station. And so I'm calling her like, okay, this is the vision. And she was like, you would go in there and do it. I was like, no, I can't. So much anxiety. Let me tell you something. When I say I had to get my F right a million different times, I had to get my F right 1,000,000 different times. You know why?
That part.
Because, honey, that faith was, that fear was creeping in every time I turned around. And I'm so glad God gave me a new way to fear. Thank you, boo-boo. Forget escaping and rising. Because, honey, I would be fleeing. And I'm like, okay, project stops right here. So when I think about it, so I learned to go in and create my own flyers in the beginning and, playing with it and, doing the best I can from where I am. Look, doing the best I can from where I am. Say that to yourself. I'm doing the best I can from where I am, right? And that's enough. And so because I did enough from where I was, then God blessed me with the queen, who was a little bit more advanced, far advanced than me, but can take my vision because
loved it
and enjoy it, right? Because I did it because I wanted a result. I didn't do it because I loved it. My love is for words and poetry and healing and speak. That's my love. If I could just stand up and talk, that's all I would do all day, right? Listen, words come in my head a mile in business, and I want to get them out. So it's like I could do that all day long. Content. I eat, sleep, breathe content, right? So that's not the issue, but putting it together in a package is what we use within each other. And it's like every time I'm joining a new course or new class, they done got it packaged up. They got it packaged up. That's why as we going into a digital world, ebooks. That's packaged up. Wow. This very book you can either get for $15 by digital.
That part.
Right? So then it became the affordable way to DIY. That part. So the color in real print, $33, but digital,
$15.
And you printed your $15. So it's replacing everything when you think about it. Everything. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Ooh, 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 ooh. Good morning to you. Good morning, beautiful lady. Thank you for letting us know that you were here and letting us know that you wanted us to have a good morning. Let's say a great morning. Because once you wake up and make today count, honey, you make the difference.
Let it be known you in the building. I woke up today.
And so today we are talking about what will the world look like with artificial intelligence. AI. What would the AI look like in this? Yeah, the birds are chirping, aren't they?
Oh, they are beautiful out here.
It is. They out here chirping.
It's gonna be like 85, 86. Yeah, it's probably like 79.
And we thrifted today. We in the right energy. Go on, we leave y'all
out and about.
My man gave me a hot 20.
And that's all
I say. Listen, that's all you gotta put yourself on a budget.
Child.
Let me get some of this cream.
I'm like, listen here, I can't wait. I be loving to look at them dresses.
And I got all them jeans the last time, so I said I'm good on I have gotten 20 pairs of jeans in the last 2 Wednesdays. It's ridiculous, but they are
amazing.
Listen, let me tell you something. I think there's something in there. I went to this thrift. No, it's 50% off now. I'm getting $1 jeans. I'm getting $2 jeans. The most I paid was $3.50 for a pair of jeans, right? And I'm talking name brand jeans and good jeans. But you take a pile of stuff normally in the stores and you go in the room and you just imagine I got 10, 15 jeans and I know only 3 of them going to fit me right. So I'm just going through the motions. That thrift store had the audacity to let 12 out of 15 pair of jeans fit me like they were tailored. Y'all hear me?
I think you know your size.
Girl, listen.
You know your size.
But they were different sizes. That's the thing, because they were different companies. I get to, you go like this. You want to see if it can stretch, because you don't really know, except for this queen taught us how to know our sizes, y'all.
How you could tell if it could fit you, it's gonna fit you or not.
She said you take the jeans,
the waist
and
of the jeans,
wrap it around your neck, like put it over your back like this,
bring it around,
and if it folds over, if the two thing fold over, it should fit you. And I'll be doggone if Kia didn't go into the dressing room, and we did it, and it was like, and we know Kia is a petite,
right?
She's a petite, right? So we knew, but when she went into the room, guess what?
I said they damn sure didn't fit
They
me.
damn sure couldn't close around her waist. They look like they can't.
And
She
I
looks so
wanted
good.
them so bad. They were so cute. You and mommy found them, right? Who found them?
Oh, man. Yeah,
I was like,
me and mommy found them. We did.
give me those. Yeah, let me try those on, honey.
Honey,
Could not.
Aunt Diane got an eye. Let me tell you, honey.
She does.
She be like, girl, don't bring me nothing else.
Girl.
You know
show
I'm on
these
a budget.
prices.
Don't bring me nothing else.
No, you're gonna do good. We're not going over budget today. $20.
No, I
is our
don't. That
budget.
is my budget today. See, it was my first two
Oh, you
times,
ain't-
and I
you-
had it. You know,
You gotta get the experience.
now
first.
I don't need no more jeans. Like I'm
Okay.
disciplining myself. I got a whole good wardrobe of jeans. Matter of fact, I gotta go in my thing and get rid of 20 jeans since I got new
You know what
20,
I said?
and those ones ain't busting. So I'm gonna go live. I think I'm gonna
I'm gonna start
do a
looking at
thrift
them
shop
dresses.
online and sell the ones that I'm getting out of my closet for $5, so I can make my difference, so I can make my money to go shopping again.
That
See that?
part.
Now we should do
I'm
a thrift
about to
together. We
do-
could go live
That's what I
and
was
sell our
saying.
stuff together. We gonna do a shop thing.
I'm gonna start getting real intentional because I'm like, listen, this online thing, I'm gonna start looking specifically for
AI.
dresses.
You better get yourself into the AI.
because I'm about to launch my other thing, keeping it sexy. Because you know I'm keeping it sexy.
Yeah,
so
girl,
I'm
keep
keeping
it
it sexy, but I'm just
sexy.
doing dresses so I can
Yeah.
be specific and not be all over the place. But I was like, oh yeah, they be having some nice dresses, and I always find these daggone dresses. I said, any
Yeah,
occasion,
they got
I'm
nice
ready.
dresses.
I am ready.
And then Kia, when I was even over there, I was seeing so many cute things. That's why I'm like, oh my God, that would be so
Oh,
dope.
y'all be on the
Because
lookout
there
for
was
the
like, there was
thrift
that sequence.
boutique.
There was a
Yes.
sequence for that. It was like a 3X or whatever.
All
but
type
shit,
sizes.
All that you can put in your thing.
Y'all better get ready for this website because when we drop this boutique website, I said I'm gonna have a keep it sexy boutique.
No, you gotta have. You have
boutique.
to have your cute cocktails, and then you just have to bring the rack out and go live and put numbers and make it interactive.
We gonna have a boutique day.
And then you can and then on
boutique
your
day.
online, on your store, right? You can have the ones that because they're gonna be one of a kind, so it's easy. Then you can have to take a picture, have it up there, shipping. It's gonna be so cool.
I
Yeah.
said, oh no, it's on every Wednesday. I said, So they gotta get these clothes. We gonna bring Charlotte to y'all. Cause you know sometimes
Where you at does matter.
New York ain't got
Good
this.
morning, Queen. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Queen
Jam, Queen Jam.
Yes. Good morning. We are talking about AI this morning, but of course we every which your way.
But yeah, the topic is how does artificial intelligence in the world, what does that look like to you and for you? Now, if you woke up tomorrow and it was an AI world, what
Are you prepared?
are you prepared for that? Right? Are you prepared for that? And we were, I was just listening on a Clubhouse earlier where they were talking about how many people were losing their jobs in the digital platform because, you know, back during pandemic, everybody went mostly digital. So they hired on so many people in that aspect, right?
Mm.
And not even digital. What do they
What you
call
mean?
it? Computer. I don't mean digital. I mean
Yeah, I
like
was
tech.
wait, okay.
Sorry, tech.
Technology.
Right?
Okay.
And so because digital is tech, right? It's online. It's the technology of the systems, right? The computers, all that. Well, they hired a lot of people on because their demand was high. ITs, right? So because he said, but what happened as it started clearing up, you see less and less people with masks. It's like we out here.
Mm.
So now that we out here again, they don't need that same demand, right? Because everybody was on Clubhouse, everybody was on thing,
Got you.
so they had to hire, right? Because it grew this part of the economy while this part was sinking. Because you know, money just moves.
Right.
Is the waves are high. You got to
based on
shift on what's going on. Yeah. So now you think about we're going into a place where now you got this digital currency and you have all these replacements of what we did, right? What human beings did, right? So it's like, how do you make sure that you are essential as we go through the shift of an AI world, right? Because there are certain places that are no longer going to be hiring, even programs, right? We were just talking about in the beginning, if you're just tuning in, where people, even if you were a secretary or assistants, like, or just knowing how to do programs, now you just buy the one program where it replaces the employee who will work for you and do those things, right, during the hours of the day, and you would have to pay them. But everybody's getting to where we are disconnected because we're connecting to a higher thing, right? Because everybody has a luxury mindset now. Before, enough was enough, and now luxury is the mindset. Everybody thinks that they are going to be, or in order to have a quality life, you got to be a millionaire. Like, it's not even a people good enough or grateful enough to be like, oh, well, I'm doing better than my parents. I'm 6 figures at least. Like, right? Everybody wants to be a millionaire, right? That show, all of these things that conditioned us. Now you think about it. Now you've got, right.
I mean, not that you have to be a millionaire, but you got to keep up. You got to be able to maintain and keep up with the.
Yeah, you can definitely have a decent life and not be a millionaire.
6-figure earner or a millionaire. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah.
But the dream is the dream. And a lot of people got the dream without the process, right? You just, because it's just everywhere, and it's making it look like it's so easy to attain, even though the percentage of us are
so low.
I say us, listen. You know I'm going somewhere.
It's not a color, it's us as a people.
No, I said us as if I'm in the millionaire crowd. Like, yeah, that's why I laugh. Because I'm like,
you see yourself.
That's what I'm saying. I'm laughing because I know I haven't gotten the thing, but the mind starts before. Right. You get it before you get it. You gotta plan it. No, but that's why I'm laughing.
Yourself there, honey. That's right. Because that picture was so daggone vivid to me. How I came to your house and I'm like, oh, this is so real. I know this is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Cause I'm like, it you couldn't tell me it wasn't real.
It wasn't real. It felt so like, organic.
Oh my God.
But I think that's the biggest point, is asking yourself, what do you do that the computer can't replace?
Because, I mean, it's so
what do you do that the computer can't replace? Let me tell you the one thing everybody does that the computer can't replace. It speaks from testimony. It speaks from experience. Now, the computer can do the work, but it cannot inspire you into greatness, right? It cannot inspire you into position. And so I think what we're learning is that the thing that makes you essential is your testimony. It is the process. It is going to be those valley moments that you're going to have to speak about that's going to pull people out of those places, right? And so the things that's going to make us connect is being human, right? Realizing that, that machine can do this, it can do that, but the quality of life is how you show up, is your emotional state, is all of those. It's how you get past that point, right? When you got fired, right? So if they're saying that a lot of people are going to be fired who are in the tank industry, there are some people who were in the hospital industry. There were some people who were in the starting out entrepreneurs, right? When pandemic hit, that will be able to do what? Be the testimony for the next group of people that may lose positioning, right? Because the world circles and it's a relay race and somebody's relying on you and you're just passing the baton. And I think the biggest problem we have is that everybody expects to be in the light always at the same time when it is actually turning. Where the something is turning, so a circle continues to turn, and so power shifts. Riches shift. What's needed shift, right? And so when pandemic, we outside shifting to we inside. So how can I serve inside? See, I think the problem is realizing that you have to be able to transform. You have to be able to bend and not break no matter what the circumstance is. So when we think about the AI, it's like, okay, they can be A, B, and C, but what can an AI not be? Maybe that's what we should be focusing on now, since we are going into the world when they're replacing skill sets, but they can't replace human emotion. They can't replace healing. They can't replace love, right? They can replace things, but that's the problem. We have gotten so caught on things that we're missing the connection, which is humility, which is humbleness, which is humanity, right? And so AI is going to put people on common ground where you would have to find your gift to make room for you, because God said your gift will make room for you. And everybody is out here running on jobs, right? And I say job ain't nothing but Job. If you see, it's spelled the same way. Job lost everything, right? But he was faithful to who he was and what he believed in regardless of what came and what went, right? And so it's the same concept. So people can come in and take everything, but who will you serve? How will you operate? Where will your joy be? Where will your peace be? So if you take this time to start to reflect on your who, what heaven ordered, what does that look like? What makes me the impact, right? The impact. I'm the pact. I'm the agreement heaven had with earth. What are the things that are intangible? What are the things that make me essential, right? And as I said before, essential was realizing that when we speak or what we do, we can be holding a virus and we can be infected somebody with our words and with our actions and with our thing and not even know. And then it will kill them even though we are surviving. We don't even know we're a carrier, right? And so it's really about identifying with what a virus, you know, what is in you that's coming out that you unconsciously don't know about, right? So we are always infecting somebody with our being, right? With our presence, with our testimony, right? So like if you're complaining all the time, you're infecting somebody with fear. If you're always, either you're complaining or maintaining, right? And so when you think about it, you're doing one or the other. So complaining is what I can do, and maintaining is realize that it is what it is, right? And so I don't have to give glory to the worst part. It's the process. I understand and I receive it. So it's like, how do we realize how we are infecting people with our being and our doing and our sayings?
What the F is your mustard seed? Are you complaining or maintaining?
Good morning, Author L. What are you choosing, right? That's the bottom line. I'm putting that on a t-shirt. Are you complaining or maintaining, right?
Girl, yeah.
Ain't nobody because you know you look at your phone and be like, oh no, I don't got time for that today. Because you know who's calling to complain. You already know. And your mood determines, can I take the complaints today? Am I on my tipping point? I ain't got time for it. So
I ain't got no room for it.
I don't got room for it. So it's like, you know, it's really realizing that we definitely gonna have to tap into our
what makes us essential.
What
so
makes
we can
us
get
essential.
On this AI board train.
That part.
It's here. It's
Good morning, beautiful. Over. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Author L. Hey, lady.
But yeah, so it's so true. It's so true.
That thing is crazy.
So I don't know. Does AI scare you? Is it like, I mean, is your day-to-day life
scary because it's replacing human?
Yeah, and I think it depends on who you are, if it scares you or if it delights you.
Yeah. Depending on what you got going on, what you do.
It delights me because, honey, I just don't.
It makes everything easier.
Right.
Like, you could.
Because there's a lot of skill sets I don't have, and I need to buy the program so that it could do what I can do, and I can spend more time doing what I master, right? That is what. So for me, it would be delightful, but everybody, you know.
But if you like a secretary or a virtual assistant, like, you know, people are getting virtual assistants from different countries.
Yeah, a virtual assistant's gonna be cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. People are getting, and now it's like
they like $10 an hour. Oh my God.
They like, if I got all these clients, how am I getting all of this work done? And how am I serving all of these clients and I'm only one person? AI.
Even people, right? Because look, right now, we got a lot of people do they just order their groceries, order their stuff and just pick it up.
Instacart,
right? So just imagine right now people are pulling the orders, but when you get AI, I mean, they got real robots basically. You get the robots to go and start picking the orders. Now you don't do that either. So would Walmart want to deal with all of y'all attitudes? Because everybody, or would they just, what does it put the world into is like, what your genius is the only thing that's going to get you to where you going.
When Sierra was at A&C, do you know they had a robot, like a little robot that comes and brings your stuff?
They're stuffing their food and everything.
Yes. What?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, Essence is at UNCG and they do they got the robot. Yep. That brings their food, brings their book. They got a robot. That's what I'm saying. So now you got big companies because look how they shifted us. First they put us in the house with pandemic. Listen, first they put us in the house with pandemic, right? It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy, y'all. First they put us in the house with pandemic. Then they made us okay with online because most of the people that came before them, mom and pops, was like, oh no, they were afraid. I remember my aunts and them like, oh no, they had me scared to use my card online. They don't do all of this new digital technology because they like
and putting their credit card information.
Exactly, they're not doing that. They doing
checks.
checks. So now look what they fast forward to. Now you back into the world, and now they got us accustomed and used to now. Now we was like, oh, we bought our time back because if I could be at work putting my groceries in the thing, everybody just want to be able to buy their time back, right? And so it's almost like having the house, I don't know if they would call it a maid or just your house manager, depending on what level of house you at. Where now, listen, they were the one that went go shopping. You're even replacing the housekeepers and the maids and they got the robot. They've been cleaning the floor while you were gone. You put in the little robot and you put it on the floor and it finds every piece of dirt in you. They have been infiltrating you with a concept of buy your time back. Somebody's always working. And guess what? You can trust the worker because it's nothing but a computer. But what is a computer capturing? Right?
Let me tell y'all something. That damn Alexa, I don't trust it. I don't have it plugged up when I ain't using it. And when you is using it, you better hush. You better watch what you're saying because they listening to everything that y'all saying in here.
But Kia, let me help you.
I'm telling my mother, you better unplug that thing when you ain't using it because every time you talk, that thing is picking up everything.
Kia, let me tell you something. That I don't mean to scare you, but let me tell you that you could unplug it if it's is it Wi-Fi? Because is Alexa Wi-Fi?
Yeah, you gotta have Wi-Fi.
Let me explain something to y'all. Okay, so Essence has been shopping like Black Friday and stuff because she'll be, graduating and moving into her own place in May. So she was buying stuff. So during Black Friday, she bought a TV, a flat screen Wi-Fi TV in the box, in the garage. Never been out of packaging, never been plugged up in the wall. When I go to my Wi-Fi to pick if I want to be on my Bluetooth, if I want to be on a TV, when I go into my Wi-Fi, that freaking thing comes up. The TV in the box, in the thing, not plugged up. Because I'm like, what is this reading? I went downstairs because you know me, I'm like, it's like zzz. I go downstairs to see if the name on the box and the TV is what is saying that I can connect to. So Wi-Fi is in the ear. You don't have to plug it in. Yeah. So the Wi-Fi part of the TV, it's already connected. They can already read it. You don't need to even plug in a TV for your thing to pull up the Wi-Fi. Because the TV was not plugged in. I didn't know that until that happened to me. And I'm like, yo, your TV is haunted. Get it out of here. I don't got time for no haunted TVs in my house. But I don't know if y'all pay that attention, but that thing came up in my Wi-Fi. And I couldn't believe it because when I was trying to show Chef Ron, it wouldn't work. So when he wasn't paying attention, I thought that it was like trying to be funny. I screenshotted it. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, something is off. They don't want you to know. that there's something going on. They don't want the leader to know, right? They don't want the leader to know. They want me to look crazy like I'm on one of them specials. And it's like, no, the house is talking. And the husband's like, girl, you need to get out. You've been in the house too long. And you're like, no, but there's spirits in the house. And they're like, no, girl, I just bought this house. I put our whole life saving in here. You gonna stay with the monster. So it's like, I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
When I went to Goodwill and found the stuff, Barbara talking about, see, now don't you bring another damn thing in this house, bringing spirits in here, bringing ghosts in. I said, ain't nobody got time for that negativeness. I don't know what you bringing in. I said, see, there you go talking negative. Ain't nobody got time for that.
But listen, you see how it's a concept, right?
I can't.
Honey.
Oh,
but
my God.
I'm just thinking like AI, but everything is going digital. I mean,
the world,
the
like
world
10 more years.
is digital.
Oh, yeah.
It's so digital. And now, are y'all going places where your dollar bill ain't even got no worth? Like, they won't even accept it.
What?
They say we don't take cash here. I've been I was passing.
God.
There's a margarita.
Because,
it's a wine frozen bar.
Because when COVID, they didn't want to exchange physical money, contactless.
Once again, all the setup, they put us digital. They stopped accepting.
And remember the coin shortage? Terrible.
And then when you go to the bank, it's like, what coin shortage? I was like, no, they've been saying there's a coin shortage. The guy was like, I'm bringing coins to y'all because. You know, it was an older guy. He would say he was cleaning out. And since y'all need coins, they were like, we don't need coins. I'm like, but why y'all gonna try to make the old white guy up here sound like he crazy? They've been saying everywhere else that there was a coin shortage. Now you at the bank talking about y'all never had a coin shortage. So who talking to who here?
So that's why you need to go to that store who got that sign up talking about, ma'am, I can't give you the change. Do you have a card? No.
It's all a lie.
What you need, 37 cents? You're not taking my whole rounding it up so y'all can make $1 million.
It's all a lie. They said the money is not even
bring
good.
Y'all some change so y'all can have some change. Here's $50 in quarters. Give me $50. So now y'all got some change. I don't want to hear these excuses.
We should talk about the Bible.
I don't want to hear these excuses. What about the Bible? She is coming in from YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe on the YouTube
that
channel.
part. But what do y'all? I'm seriously like everybody. What y'all thinking about AI? Do y'all
have no comments on AI? This AI is like
she's talking about read Revelations, right? I mean, we're in the end of the shoot. Heck, you go to Revelations. I'm in Sodom and Gomorrah.
But you know what's
depends
so crazy?
on how you see it, huh?
You know how sometimes people talk different languages. If you're an entrepreneur and you're into certain things, somebody who's just maybe working on something, they not into that world. Yeah. So they have no idea what's going on in that realm because that's not what they're in. You see what I mean? So sometimes you could be talking two different languages. Yeah. We don't speak the same language because we doing two different things. And I'm not focused on that. Or my feed is not about that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So but
the digital is one language because it's everybody. It doesn't matter if you work or you don't work. You buying stuff online. It's all digital.
It's like you gotta pay attention to what's going on.
Because the person that don't work, if you got a gift to make clothes and everything shut out and people need clothes, then you got a bartering system. So now you essential. Essential is given to everybody. Everybody got a gift. But I'm gonna tell you why people don't have time to tap into their gift because they're so busy building momentum in somebody else. Because it's guaranteed return.
Until it ain't.
Till it ain't. That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, that is not an entrepreneurship conversation. It is the world around us. Like you could be, if you working every day, these are people that's working every day that's going to the bank and can't get their money out. Mm-hmm. These are not the entrepreneurs of the world. These are the everyday jokers doing real estate, that's more so an entrepreneur. Well, not really, because you still depend on how you're working. It doesn't matter, but you could go to a job and you could be a CEO. You still getting 7 figures at CEO positions. It's because we talking about a luxury lifestyle. We talking about the people that are busy. The entrepreneur may got more time to go to the store than a person who is stuck at work from 9 to 5 and they need to be at work buying their groceries so that it could deliver to their house like Byron. Byron was out there as a worker and came home and picked up his food because he ordered it. So it doesn't have
get something to eat. So
it doesn't matter. It's human behavior is using AI, period. Whether you got a business or you working for somebody, you just need money. AI requires money. If your business ain't doing good, you can't use AI technology because you can't afford it. If your job ain't paying you, it's still going to go back to that thing. You can't, if the AI is a program and I even want to use it, if my company is not bringing in money, then I can't buy that part to supplement. I can't even hire the people. So it's not even about whether you are entrepreneur or not an entrepreneur. It's artificial intelligence is the world that you live in. Everything is going digital. You can Uber Eats. You can go to the store. You can call in your groceries. You can, when you go to the doctor, everything online. When I used to get paperwork from my kids where I could see it and write, I got to go online. Yes.
Digital signatures.
Yeah, I'm just saying the report cards don't even come in. They tell you to sign in on WhatsApp. They tell you to sign in on this. The portals, they don't even send paperwork home no more. They bring home computers. Yeah. They don't got binders like that. They got Chromebooks. Hello. Whether you rich or poor, you got a Chromebook for school.
And everybody almost got a freaking cell phone.
Right.
Now, you know, back in the days, everybody had no cell phone.
No.
Now,
you
got
need
a cell phone. You
right,
gotta have a cell phone.
What you gonna do? Matter of fact, if you run out the house without it, people panic. It's like you can't breathe without it now.
Now that's something that's different too. Like you gotta have a cell phone.
You know, before they would send a bird, go ahead and tell them what I said. They sent a message. They over there, they back like she said.
Yeah,
snail mail. But just think about it. But that's the point I'm making. When I was a kid, I didn't have a cell phone, but the average kid now has a cell phone. But you gotta go with tech. It's the tech. When we talking tech, AI is technology, right?
They even use that in school.
Period.
The teachers is saying that
everything is digital.
Have for school.
Most of Essence classes and books in college are online. They charging an arm and a leg for digital. Now, we all know once you write it once, it is what it is, but they see how they duplicate it. So that one book is still $500. Why?
That part.
Why they still paying $500 and it's not print, right? The price is in the printing. So now you got a digital thing because of the need. Because you need this class and you need this book and you need this. Now I can charge you an arm and a leg for your need. You need milk, it's going up. You need eggs, it's $12. And y'all gonna pay $12 because you need eggs. Once they supply a need, you're gonna pay whatever price. First of all, everybody didn't have cell phones at first, so there was no need. Now that there's a need, you'll pay $1,000 for a phone because they created the need, and then comes the greed. I give you the need, and the greed shall follow. So now everybody, because remember, we all got look alike. They programmed us that if you don't look alike, and it don't, then you know, and they call it keeping up with the Joneses.
Phones costing thousands of dollars, and you gotta have an upgrade because then they stop the. If you got an old phone, it ain't operating right. It's going. You gotta have to upgrade eventually.
They got a malfunction in it that every 2 years it start going like this. Wait a minute, it was just working perfectly yesterday.
It's like y'all think
you cannot hear no more. That part
is ridiculous.
I gotta put my phone on speaker to hear a person. But when I first got it sounded like a boombox.
It makes you have to upgrade. Talking about your cell phone holds everything.
And then they give you the thing, right? Like, so now pay every month that whenever a new one come out, you just trade that one in and get a new one. So you spend your whole life, 100, count that. The average cell phone bill is $100 a month times the people in the world. Just count everybody you know that you call. Let them know what they working with on this digital currency. They got Wi-Fi in the ear. They gonna charge us for what's in the ear.
Honey, it's crazy.
It's the world we living in, honey. They take.
These businesses is making buku money. Buku.
And they also want to see you, right? They don't need no census no more because once everything go digital, everybody's accounted for. You can't do nothing. They just want to see you, and they had to do it in a way where you needed them. Cameras everywhere. All they gotta do is decide that I want to see what's going on in your house. When they used to have them security cameras where they could tell you what's going on the inside, where people had cameras on the inside. And I'm like, what kind of fool are you? It takes one pervert to be working that night. I'm sorry, honey. I'm gonna take my chances with the Almighty, honey. Watch over me, because it's too many people with the power to choose, and enough of them don't choose the way I would prefer. So I can't give you so much power. But when you think about it, they can see everything, do everything. It's like Big Brother for real. America is Big Brother.
He said, damn Siri all in my conversation.
Right.
All up in there.
You say,
and talking back to you about something you ain't even talked to them about. I'm like, okay, you know what? I ain't asked you nothing. I don't even know why you responded to me, because I ain't even asked you nothing.
And we saw AI. We know how that turns out. So y'all better get your accent order. Y'all better get through this healing journey. Y'all better book y'all sessions. Y'all better come to that refill station. Y'all better get your mind right, honey, because let me tell you something. What them computers gonna do? You better watch AI, honey. It's gonna watch how you treat each other. What they like, listen, y'all don't even deserve a world. Y'all don't even know how to treat a world. Y'all don't know how to treat each other. Robot. Listen,
I was on the other night too. Yesterday.
It's just so funny how movie becomes reality, and we like, what a coincidence. It ain't no coincidence.
It's showing you what's here. It's showing you what's already here. I don't care what.
Somebody thinking it up
they
right
put
now.
It in 2020, 2032. No, it's 2023. They think they slick. Reverse them two numbers.
Girl.
And our robot was on yesterday too. I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I said, it's like light and darkness, so because it's good versus evil, even in that concept, right? Because just imagine with all of the digital and all the stuff, that's why I always say the internet is like God, is omnipresent, right? Because we all occupy God piece, but he gives us the power to choose the perfect side of us, to choose that one that's going to add and not take away, like increase and not delete. That's a choice that we have. So when you just thinking about the world that we're going in, and that just artificial intelligence, and just, it's like, how do you create anymore? You know, you'll get the people who are going to rely on everything else. And so you know that when you're doing those, like our grandpa used to always do the Sudoku puzzles, and anytime he was always challenging his mind, which is why he never lost his mind. If you notice, he went through cancer, but his mind was intact the whole time. But he was always finding Waldo. Where's Waldo? So you see what I'm saying? You know the stuff
that picture he had at the thing where you had to find something in the jungle? Was it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's Where's Waldo's. It was a book, and you would keep on turn, and you have to keep on looking and find Waldo in that whole thing. And Waldo was always small with his old glasses, right? But it made you focus, and made you challenge the thing. So he was doing crossroad puzzles, right? Make him always think. He did a Sudoku, which was the numbers. So see, he was doing words, he was doing numbers, he was doing visual, and he kept his mind, because he was always, sharpening it with thinking and having to look. But now you got Google. That's why they said, why is it get weaker? Because you have the mindset in your DNA to do all this good stuff. But just think about it. Now you all looking through this and looking through that. And now you could Google everything. We used to have to go search. You learn to search. God says, search and you will find. They're so used to microwavable that if they have to search, they're having a meltdown. If you have to go one step, you want to wake up in a promise. If you still ain't at the promise, even us get in our feelings, because we're like, okay, we as middle agers, and we're like, okay, this ain't the step. And so it's like, you still don't even want to search. You want it to be given. The excitement was in the climb. The excitement was in the doing and the figuring it out and the discovering. And so that's not what we're doing no more, right? We're not doing that no more. We are just in our own world of wanting everything to be worked out for us. And like I said, back in the day, it was like Big Mama's cooking, right? It didn't start as a genius, but she started measuring, and then she became so good at what she done that she can go in the cabinet and make a whole meal out of. My grandma made cornmeal cereal for us. And you couldn't tell us that wasn't good porridge. She took cornmeal and turned it into a cereal. She added milk, she added butter, we added sugar, and that was our cream of wheat rice cereal.
Here going to waste.
Leftover rice, she put in milk, she put butter, she put vanilla, but that's what grandmas did, right? They made nothing into something. They took a leftover and made it a whole new meal. And so, but that was thinking, right? That was improvising because everything wasn't given to her. She had to homemaker. They called you a homemaker because you were making things happen in the home. How did you sew them pants? How did you make that meal? How did you take that little bit of food and feed 10 people? You were a homemaker. You magic.
Keep the body going.
Keep the body going.
Keep the body going. I can't. You know what I was just sitting here thinking? I said, I wonder what in the world was Grandpa doing down there on that computer? That's where he stayed.
Yes,
I know his mind always was thinking of.
And that was back in the day before there was computers.
Downstairs on that computer. Like, what was you doing?
He used to have charts and programs and
his
things.
Mind was always thinking of something.
And solitaire. He loved that solitaire screensaver. That's what we used to be able to go when he let us go sit in there and play solitaire. We'd be like, because before, everybody didn't have computers in their house, but Grandpa had a computer.
You know
that was like in the very that one the fly against he never upgraded because honey, people are set in their ways. I don't know
if it's broke. If
you talking about yo-yo, a toy,
a yo-yo.
Yeah, I was seeing that a while ago. But yeah, so I think that's. I mean, it's like, man, when we think about it, life is about
how far we've come.
Decide right how far we come. And how do we enjoy it? How do we make sure that it enhances that part? Make sure it enhances you and not take away from you. How do you incorporate it? How do you embrace it, right? Mm-hmm. To embrace it is to receive it where it is and find a way to love it from right where you are. That's embracing, right? I pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow. To embrace is acceptance, right? Accept that we are coming into this thing, because the worst thing you can do is wish that we ain't changing, and it's changing anyway and get left behind. So to embrace the concept of AI is one thing, but to figure out a way to incorporate it is how you don't get left behind. You got to open yourself up, which is why God said, renew your mind daily. That's why it says that, because when you think different, you make room for that wisdom, right? Because I'm taking what I know from over here and adding it from over here, and then together it's going to be this majestic experience, right? It's the magic, right? And that's what it is. And so it's like, how are you pulling from what you used to do and what you now can do to make sure that it stays relevant for you? Because you are essential, and so it still will require a sense of you. So I said it's going to teach us to be more vocal on our experiences. It's going to teach us to really pay attention to our best parts, right? Noah's building an ark. What are you building? That's the question. The question is, what is the gift that should make room for me, so that when anything happens, it doesn't take away from who I am. So it's like figuring that out, and don't wait till the last minute to realize that there's a change going on. You better pick up them coins. Pick up them coins, because there's a change going on. And so every day, we're changing. Every day something is shifting. And so it's like, just because you act like it's not happening doesn't mean that it is not happening. So I don't want you to wait to the moment and be all distraught, like, I didn't see this coming. Yes, you saw it coming. You didn't accept change. And when you don't accept change, you miss out on the ability to become whole. Because like I said, every little quarter that you pick up, 4 quarters make $1. So if you overlooking the change, then how can you ever become whole? You gotta pay attention to the changing times and make sure you are multiplying it to who you are. Figure out what that looks like, because you don't want to get left behind when the world is forever revolving. Yep.
Going on. Leaving you behind. Don't get left behind.
Don't
Keep
get left
up
behind.
What's going on around you, honey.
Keep up with changing times. Just don't get left behind.
Absolutely.
And that's a what. Oh, should we pull something from a Teal book?
Let's do it.
Honesty.
Come on now.
Keep me from deceitful ways. Be gracious to me and teach me your law. I have chosen the way of faithfulness. I have set my heart on your laws. Psalms 119, 29 to 30. Everything that is hidden will become clear, and every secret thing will be made known. Luke 8 and 17. The king is pleased with words from righteous lips. He loves those who speak honestly. Proverbs 16 and 13. Instead, we will speak the truth in love. So we will grow up in every way to become the body of Christ. Christ is the head of the body. Ephesians 4 and 15. God, there is no deceit in you. You never try to trick me or mislead me. And your only true enemy is called the father of lies. I hate lies, yet I struggle with lying at times. Forgive my lies and make me brave enough to tell the truth, even when it might hurt. Remind me that lies hurt worse. Is there anything you need to be honest about now? And I think right now, with what we're talking about, you got to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself first and tell yourself, where am I at? Am I telling myself that I'm okay with AI, the artificial intelligence? Am I telling myself I'm secure with what I know about myself and I feel like I have what it takes to move? Or am I telling myself I need this help? I need these different, ways of changing my thinking, ways of changing from getting me unstuck. So we got to be honest with who we are and where we are in our life and stop pretending.
Be honest with what you need in your life at this moment. Don't pretend that everything is good. Get what you need to get to move forward in your life, because AI is here and it is to help you, is to advance you, is to push you forward sooner than later.
That part.
So it's definitely something that we should all be paying attention to and help us strengthen our gifts. It's there to help us with our gifts and push them forward to help others.
Compliment. That's it. Allow the AI to complement who you already are. Because that was the intention, right? All things work out for them that love the Lord. So let it complement you and not let it reject yourself, right? You are still enough. You are still worthy. You just got to figure out, how do I fit in the scheme of things so I don't get left behind? So however we can assist you, remember our links are at the top. Whether you want to keep it simple, find different programs to get your mindset, your finances, your credibility, your literacy, all of that on tap, whether it's emotional, financially, or spiritually. We are here to assist you, because guess what? Time waits for no one, right?
And just to put that in there, I will be doing a Zoom. I'm going to be a special guest on a Queen's podcast tomorrow night at 8 p.m. It's a free event. Of course, don't charge nothing for you to get on the Zoom. I do have it on my page. If y'all go on my page, Nakia Grissom, you can see the flyer with the Zoom information. So if you're available, I will be giving some financial literacy, talking about credit, talking about things you could do to fix your credit. Just giving some financial literacy. So you could go on my page, and that will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
At 8, you guys.
Okay.
So it's free, no excuses. Get yourself in the room, honey. I say go in there for that secret healing. No more sis, no more suffering in silence when there's secret healing. So you ain't got to raise your hand to listen.
Y'all ready?
Here we go.
Gonna pick this card so we could give y'all day and we could go on with ours today for this nice 80-something
there
degree
you go.
weather.
What the F is your mustard seed? Right
Come
in the
on
few.
now.
Make sure you get your book today, whether you get an ebook, whether you get the black and white or the color. The content is what you need, okay? Because it's the content of your character. I don't know how we're going with this one.
Here, honey. Ready?
I am amazing and I am optimistic. Come on now. And optimistically amazing is so perfect. And I think optimistic goes perfect with today's conversation, right? So you have to be optimistic about the future, right? You have to be feeling amazing in order to be optimistic about the future. You have to know your worth, your value, so that you can look forward and find ways. Don't doubt it, right? Because we no longer live in fear. We have a new way to fear. Forget escaping and rise. That's your optimism. That's believing in the best, right? And being amazing is just about being, knowing who you are. And you notice it's the ing. So that means you're still doing it every day. So being amazing is a practice that is ongoing. So as long as you show up, then you can stay amazing. Right, Boo?
Yep.
What you want to add?
Amazing and optimistic. Remain optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Always stay positive. I always keep saying stay positive, stay optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be fearful. Have faith. Activate your F, right? The new fear. Right? The new fear. Have faith and activate the new fear, right? Because you have to be optimistic in this world.
You got to.
Stay positive and stay optimistic.
And be honest, because that's the word God gave you out the book. In order to be optimistically amazing, you got to be honest with yourself.
Authentically.
Come on now.
You.
Right.
The real you. The honest you.
Yes. So if you are honest with yourself, then you can see how amazing you are because of all the things that you've got over, right? And then you can be optimistic about what's coming because you have the proof of yesterday, right? Of what you conquered. And so we are afraid because we remember the feeling that we had when we wanted to run. But the fact that you are here means that you didn't run. So even though that feeling came over you, you said it face up, you looked it in the eye, and you conquered it. You conquered that thing that had you stuck and bound. You got untied, right? You relied on that inside thing. You relied on your faith, your freedom after insight to higher self. You did the work. And so if you are operating like that, that's the optimism. Because you know that I'm optimistic because I'm with me. I trust me. And because I'm amazing, because I was honest about the things that I needed to work on so that I could keep the ing in the story, right? So because I kept on working on it with my honesty when I looked in the mirror and said, these are the things that I need to do. I need to get out of this fear. This is a fear. Tackle every piece of fear that comes your way. And that's what's going to give you the optimism, because when you tackle the fear, you're going to have a belief system that says, oh, wait a minute. I did it. I did it. And the more you tell yourself what you did and what you can do, the farther you shall go and the more you will grow. And so I love that was it, because honesty is the truth, because being holy is being authentic through and through. That's an honest conversation that you're having with self. It's nobody's business but yours, what you need to work on, but at least have the conversation with yourself. And look yourself in the mirror.
Nothing to prove to nobody but yourself.
Nobody.
Yourself. You look in the mirror at yourself. Ain't nobody else there but you.
Nobody else
in
there.
that mirror.
Happy today, William Brown. Good morning.
Good morning, William.
This has been an amazing conversation as always. Please, if you're tuning in, catch the replay. I'm sure you'll find something to pass on. Like, share, subscribe to the I Choose Me # No More Excuses YouTube page, because when I launch for all of the programs, we will be on I Choose Me group page, Survivor to Soulvivor, as well as the I Choose Me Facebook. So I'm going to stay in 2 platforms so it's easy for me to keep up with myself. But But I just want to say, love you guys 1,000,000 times over. Remember, it is a relay race, and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print, because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, and the soul print tells us what you got right, and what God got right is you. So remember, you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility. Remember, that is the ability of measurement in which you can respond, and everybody has one. So when you're looking to see who's going to show up, let it be you. Be honest with yourself and realize that because you are amazing, you get to be optimistic when every situation comes your way, because it's already been written. It is so. And all it requires is for you to show up for you every single day. So you've been tuned in to Coffee and Conversations, and we got one thing to tell you. Don't forget to wake up and make today count. We love you, love you, love you. Thank you for joining our conversations. Please, if you have any ideas or any topics, put it in there, because we're always looking for something to chat about. Chatty patties over here. We always looking for something to talk about while we have our coffee.
What we need to chop it up about. What we need to chop it up about. Let us know. Put it in the comments.
Don't forget to hit the link above. Get your book, ebook, black and white or color. The choice is yours. I gave you options, no excuses. But let me tell you something. It is up to you to invest in you. Invest in sanity and not just vanity. Make sure you have balance in the two, because that's what create the life of optimism, is how you think. And if you don't put the right words in, you're going to sink. Come on now.
Come on now.
So if you want to keep on floating out, you want to become a water walker, make sure you invest in sanity.
What the F is your mustard?
What the F? Faith or fear? We love you guys.
Love you guys. See y'all in the morning. No.
Oh, wait, we won't be on tomorrow. So we're going to skip tomorrow. So we'll be back for Friday.
We will see y'all Friday.
So we won't be here on tomorrow. That's why don't forget to tune in to Kia Zoom. Go on the page, Nakia Grissom, hear her name. Make sure you go tune in to her on Zoom so you can get a dose of her tomorrow evening on Zoom. Yeah. But we won't be Coffee Conversation tomorrow, so you got a day off. So go and be great. Come
on and let me give you some financial literacy tomorrow evening.
For free,
FRE. In the morning, but I'll be on in the evening. Yeah. So 8 p.m., go to my page. I look forward to giving y'all some knowledge. Maybe you know this stuff, maybe you don't. So either way, come get some knowledge.
We love you.
We love you guys. Have an amazing evening. See y'all on Friday.
Yes, love grows everything. So love yourself first.